pull a bag of someone else's urine from the fridge and strap it to my thigh. Then I inject a drop of someone else's blood into a fake fingerprint and carefully press it onto my finger. In this world, your genes are your passport. Blood test to get in, urine test once you're inside. I was born with genetic defects, destined to be nothing more than a janitor, but I borrowed a genius's identity, became an astronaut. I came from an ordinary family. My parents conceived me the old-fashioned way. Doctors labeled me invalid. At birth, genetic testing showed I had a 99% chance of developing nearsightedness and heart disease, with a life expectancy of just 30 years. My parents spent a fortune to engineer a perfect younger brother, who took all their attention. But I didn't give up. I'd always dreamed of becoming an astronaut. The space agency only hired valids, genetically perfect people. When I applied, the interviewer handed me a urine cup and my heart sank. Your genes are a resume you can't fake. My parents stopped caring about me. I left home angry. Years later, I finally made it into the space agency as a janitor. In this society, invalids can only get the lowest jobs. I wasn't willing to give up. Through the black market, I found David, a valid who was paralyzed from the waist down. He used to be a swimming champion before a car accident. To pass as him, I wore contacts, fixed my teeth, and even got painful leg lengthening surgery. Finally, I look like a young David. Every day, David collected his own hair and skin flakes at home, chugged water like crazy to produce urine and blood samples for me to use. With his perfect genes, I got into the space agency. Daily blood tests became my security pass. I had to constantly clean up any skin cells I shed and leave David's traces instead. Soon, I became chief pilot. But a week before launch, my supervisor was murdered in his office. While watching the scene, I accidentally dropped an eyelash. The cops vacuumed the entire office area and extracted invalid genes from the eyelash. The system traced it back to a janitor who worked at the agency years ago. The system released the suspect's identity, my photo from years ago. I panicked and handed my used paper cup to a janitor. That bag of trash got intercepted by the police. The genes on the cup matched the eyelash perfectly. The detective was certain someone at the space agency was stealing identities.